How's it going, everyone? We are live. We are live today. Um, what a stream we've got ahead of us. Ahead of what is undoubtedly going to be one of the craziest stream. Well, I don't know if it'll be one of the craziest. We've got a pretty interesting stream planned for tomorrow. We've got Shende stream planned tomorrow. Today, as the title suggests, we're going to be talking kind of about the insanity that's been the last week. Week and a half. I kind of talked about it last stream, but we're going to talk about it full here. So we're going to be talking about the Mondo exclusives, pretty much the San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, and we're going to be talking about what is turning out to be, from people who went, Summer Wonderfest disaster. There's a lot of things I got to talk about on Summer Wonderfest. I do wish my homies that did go could have been here, but they are sleeping or they're getting ready to come back home today. So I'm not going to try to speak for them too much, but also upon waking up, sorry, I'm adjusting the camera a little bit. I've heard a lot of complaints about what happened at Summer, or the how do I want to put it? The coordination of Summer Wonderfest. So although I did not go, we're going to be careful how we word it. Of course, we want to be respectful, but at the same time, a lot of things happened because Summer Wonderfest seemed a little messy, and that did affect me, obviously, because I had some exclusives I wanted. True Sharktopus Vaughn Jr. Hello. How's it going today, buddy? How's it going? So hopefully you guys are ready for a stream with some really big ups and some smiles and some very frustrating air fist movement. I was gone so long. Congrats on 1K. Thank you. Hey, it's okay. Your life gets busy. I was supposed to drop a review yesterday, and life, although it's getting back in normalcy, is still busy, and mainly I'm exhausted. Before we get into this, I'm gonna just state I've got like a few hours of sleep. I'm exhausted. I'm really tired. I'm gonna be honest, but we're here. After the live stream's done, I'll be working on the Brain Dead 64, continuing and finishing the review for this and getting this posted. It's going to be a late post tonight. I do apologize. It was supposed to be out this morning, but I had to take care of a few other things here in the office. But the review for this will come out tonight after the live stream. I would say tomorrow, but tomorrow's Shin Week, so. And I already have another review slotted for tomorrow. So, yes. So we're gonna say the Wonderfest, Summer Wonderfest stuff last, because that literally happened last night. I'm still reeling from that, and this morning, and reading about it on Facebook and Instagram. So we're gonna just talk about Mondo. San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con was very nice to me this year. There was 5 exclusives that I was aiming for, and I wasn't able to get the SH Monster Arts 89 exclusive. I didn't have it. I couldn't contact anyone in time that was going to pick one up for me, which indubitably, after what happened with Summer Wonderfest, is definitely not a bad thing, because my wallet is hurting. So haven't been able to get the San Diego Comic-Con 89 yet. Might have to wait for online. I probably should have checked Big Bad Toy Store before we started the stream. Sometimes if there's extras, they get the extra stock, and then the Premium Bandai puts up their stock. So I am planning on owning it. I just haven't gotten it yet. But besides that, Mondo, which is the main provider of San Diego Comic-Con that I was looking at, because Sufubi and Cherry Blossoms, I was able to get all 4. So I was able to get the Cherry Blossom All Monsters Attack set. Sorry, I gotta plug my iPad in. It is only at like 40%, because I was using it all morning. Amateur streams, am I right, guys? So I was able to get the Cherry Blossom All Monsters Attack set. I was able to get the version 2 Bob Eggleton Godzilla vs. Biollante print. And there's a fly in my room. That's so annoying. I was able to get the time. Well, it's timed. So if you guys want that poster, if you guys are interested in getting posters and Bob Eggleton art, if you go to the Mondo site, I do believe it is up until midnight tonight or midnight tomorrow. I can't remember if it ends the 28th or the 29th. I would go there. I would personally pick it up. These Mondo posters get really expensive really quickly. And I mean really quickly on the aftermarket. So I would recommend, if you want it, I would order it. And then I did get the Cherry Blossom, Godzilla Evolved, and Kong. So we got all 3 Cherry Blossoms, and we were able to get the poster, thankfully, because it was timed, which is wonderful because I did not wake up in time for the live drop. So if it would have been a drop at noon, I would have missed out on it completely. So I'm very, very glad it was timed. And it's another poster for the wall. I'm very, very excited to get it. Hopefully at AMA and or G-Fest, I'll be able to get it signed by Bob Eggleton. I would love to get his signature on it. So, but we were able to get all 3 Cherry Blossoms. Very, very stoked about that. Very, very happy. All Monsters Attack set comes out in September, and then supposedly the gods all so far at least, all of the previously put up for pre-order Godzilla Evolved and all the previously put up for order Kongs are all dropping in November. We kind of know what happened last year with Rodan, so I highly doubt that they're going to actually come out in November, especially when they do these big drops where they drop all the colorways at once. But maybe this year will be better. If it happens to be better, I'm only getting 1 Kong, which is the Cherry Blossom, and then I am 3 for 3 on the Godzilla Evolves that have been released. There's only going to be 5 besides probably the one or two ofs at DCon this year, which I'm not going. So I want to. It would be a lot of fun to go to DCon. It's just a little too expensive to do this year before Japan. So yeah, pretty sad about it. But I'm trying to go for 5 for 5 on the Godzilla Evolves. Just, I love it. I love the sculpt. I think the 3 colorways that we've gone have looked just perfect, and I want them all. But we'll see. Maybe the next colorway that drops isn't going to actually excite me, and I might miss it, or I might skip it. So we'll never know. And then we're waiting for the glitter, which I believe will be a Godzilla Day exclusive, which is kind of good, kind of bad. We'll see. We'll see. So those will all supposedly drop in November. If I do get all 5 and the Kong, and they all actually do come out in November, that is going to be one hell of an unboxing stream, because we're going to be unboxing all of them at once if they all get here in time, or arrive all on the same day. I might even purposely wait to open them to do a big every colorway unboxing for Evolved, and then we'll have Kong just kind of placed in there. I don't know what happened. Oh, we're gonna get there. Don't worry, Sharktopus Fawn Jr. We're gonna get there. It's a lot happened. A lot happened. And I was at work last night, so getting live updated as it was happening was not a great time for me. But it was even worse for the people who actually went. My frustrations were minimal compared to anyone who actually went to Summer Wonderfest. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. We're actually kind of moving through the Mondo stuff a little quick, so this will probably end up being me ranting about outside looking in at Wonderfest. So Summer Wonderfest. So, yeah. So we got all the Cherry Blossoms. Very happy about it. We're good there. It's a win. Yeah, let's just move on to Summer Wonderfest. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. So Summer Wonderfest this year. It's summer. I would say it's the larger of the 2 conventions. Summer's a very busy time in Japan, even though it is literally like melting outside. It's 100 degrees. I had quite a few friends going. A few that live in Japan. Matt, Ian, and Danny all went. So I'm not going to try to tell their story because at some point I'm sure they're probably going to talk about it. I know on their Instagrams, all of them have talked about it a little bit in their stories. Um, so if you're interested, go down the links in the description to get like the actual first person view of this. I'm just going to kind of sum up what they said and what I've heard from everyone else. Summer Wonderfest was not handled this year like it normally is. I don't know what happened. I have seen a very, 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 very high amount of complaints, not only from the convention goers, but from the vendors as well. And a lot of complaints on disorganization, improper planning. Supposedly they ran out of water very early on in the morning to hand out to the vendors and to anyone on the floor, which is very scary. Like I said, Japan right now is hot. Like when you put in the heat index, it's like over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Very, 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 very dangerously hot. And something happened even before people got in. I guess I should explain how Wonderfest works. So Wonderfest, you got your normal tickets and you got your advanced tickets. The advanced tickets are numbered, and then you get let in early into the convention. So some weird things happened. My friends were very early in line, got there very early, 4 hours early, 4.5 hours early. They were like the first 30 in line, and then they got moved many, many times. And then what ended up happening is that they got moved so much that they weren't even the first in the general pool line. They let in like 2,000 extra people before they got let in. And my friends, when they got into Wonderfest for what they were looking for, trying to help a few of their homies out, everything had sold out. Everything. Every Godzilla table, basically every single Safubi table had sold out by that point. Not good. Not good for them. Not great for me. Not great for anyone who had someone going that was picking up pieces for somebody. It was so mismanaged that they showed up 4 hours early and there's people who were just walking up got let in before them. Not good. Not good. Not good. Another thing that happened with it, in due to them not providing water, a few vendors, I'm not going to name names, but a few of the vendors got heat stroke at the convention, during the convention, towards the end. Not good. That's got to be the worst feeling. Yeah, it was awful. I got live updates as it was happening to them realizing that everything had sold out, which then caused me to go into a panic because I needed to get my Wonderfest stuff, on aftermarket, which we'll get to here. We're getting into the more important things, which is people getting heat stroke, vendors getting heat strokes at the convention, and attendees. It's dangerous, very, very dangerous. And my heart goes out to anyone who suffered, and there was a lot. A lot of comments on Twitter. Like I said, there's a vendor that I mean, I care about everyone, but there's one that I kind of know who said he suffered from a heat stroke, and it's got me super worried, really frustrated for him, after reading his experience this year and feeling his frustration and his vending mates at his table being frustrated. Not good. It's really not good, guys. And it sounds like it was like that the whole week, or the whole day. Just misorganized, not very clear on directions, and that's not necessarily directly the associates that were directing people's faults, but something with the plan of organization for the convention just seemed to hit the shit fan. Not good. And it kind of sounded like a lot of people did not have a good summer Wonderfest, which is sad because this is the big one. Winter is very big, but because winter isn't as popular as a travel time in Japan, it's normally not as busy, even though I would say it's equally as exuberant when it comes to the products. Speaking of products, now, like I said, my friends weren't able to pick up anything for themselves, let alone pick up anything for me. So what happened is I had to go to Bai and hunt down the Shin, the Sarajurushi Shin. We all know that I have all of the Sarajurushi Shins so far. They're behind me right now, or they're the background of this, this post. And I've got them sitting on the table right next to me. I had to hunt down a Shin. So you can imagine my horror when I log into Bai after being told everything's sold out. You need to get on Bai now, and you need to pray that there's some on Bai. Imagine my horror when the first one I see, and the only one I see for about an hour, is $800. Sorry, it's a little cold in here. I don't know what happened this summer Wonderfest. Are we good? That was weird. Tech all went out of space. Hopefully everything's good, guys. Let me know if it's been glitchy and goofy. I got a... I don't know if people were frustrated, but the aftermarket from this summer Wonderfest, if anyone's tried to do a Wonderfest exclusive shopping, it's like people are charging 2 to 3 times what they paid at convention for everything. Almost everything. There's been very few good deals for the things that I was looking for that I'm just kind of shocked. It's just bad. All the Sarajurushis for 12 hours last night were all 3 to 4 times price. Hey Alex, how's it going, buddy? Hey, how's it doing? How you doing, man? Just complaining about the aftermarket on Summer Wonderfest right now. After complaining that a ton of people, vendors and attendees, got heat strokes there because it was so properly mismanaged and they didn't have enough water for the day. Which is wild. The convention's too busy just to be getting up and going and read. All the exclusive prices sucked. Yeah, they're bad. Guys, come with me and you'll see Willy Wonka fake experience. Interesting comment. Willy Wonka fake experience. Maybe that's a comment on Wonderfest, which it kind of feels like that. A lot of people are complaining about the aftermarket. Yeah, the aftermarket on all of the Summer Wonderfest, it doesn't matter which company it is almost wild. The one that I expected to be one of the worst is T-Bases, and they're still 2 times the retail price. But if anyone's wanted to T-Base up until now that couldn't go to Wonderfest, you're going to be paying $1,000, and right now they're only $550 for most of them. Shipping's going to be expensive on them once they get to your warehouse, but for them being $500 off the bat for a buy it now price isn't bad. I know people are going to scoff at that, but let's remember at winter they were $1,000 on buy it, and now they're only $5. So the T-Bases are the only thing that seem to be okay priced. But the one thing I had noticed is basically most of their stock was on buy on the aftermarket. So it's just kind of it's frustrating as a collector that my friends weren't able to buy anything from T-Base for retail because it seems like they kind of just let whoever go buy whatever they wanted, and now they're $500 on buy if you want to buy it now and do a payment plan, or they're like $400 if you want to bid for a lot of them. It's just kind of frustrating. I'm not personally looking for T-Bases because when I go in February, that's when I'm going to get my T-Bases. I refuse to spend, $300 $300+ on the T bases. If I go during winter and I'm not able to pick one up, then we'll maybe talk about buying one a little bit more expensive on the aftermarket. But that's worst case scenario. But the Sarge Arushis, as an example, were so bad. I was able to get a Shin. I do have a Shin. Actually, it might already be at my warehouse. It could be. It shipped already last night, this morning, before I left for work. Like, I bought it and then it was out for like 4 hours and then he already had it shipped. Really crazy. How much is it to get the special membership? I believe it's like 130, 140, 150 bucks. It's like double what it is. As it's sticking to Mars on, bro. The max toy is 600 to 800. Yeah. The max toy -1s, the GMKs, the 30 centimeters were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Like, double to triple their retail price. I guess the only other thing after I started kind of looking just in general, Sun Guts are also pretty cheap. You can get them a little bit like 800 to, or 5,000 to 6,000 yen above retail. You can still get the Shins for like under 20,000 yen, which is still like only 130 bucks. It's really good. I'm tempted to get the flesh colored one, but my Bai box or my Bai warehouse is looking a little thick right now. I had bought something already before Wonderfest because I wasn't expecting to have to use the aftermarket for Shin and the 62. Spoiler alert, I was able to get the 62 as well. Alex already knows this because I was talking to him while it was happening. So I got the two things I wanted from Summer Wonderfest. I'm glad I waited on the 62. I was able to get the 62 for a pretty good deal. I paid under 2 times retail. I'll leave it at that. And there seems to be a few that are popping up that are kind of following that price. Don't pay $400 for it. It is not, well, unless you really like 62 and you really like Tencel figures, then, you know, spend what you want. But I personally don't think right now it's worth 400. It definitely should not be more than the 64 that released a few months ago that the few are still floating around on Bai, the red Tinsel 64s, which I also want one. Just now I don't have the money for it because I had to spend a lot on Shin. I'll sum it like that. I'm not gonna say the price on how much I had to spend Shin. It wasn't $700, thankfully, but I had to spend a lot more than what I was comfortable with on the Shin. Well, I can't say comfortable with because I did buy it. One, because I have to have all the Saru Shins. I'm just mentally ill like that. It's an amazing mold, but I had to. The glowy Shin Godzilla from Core is awesome. Pink 300. Yeah, well, I believe that's about how much they retailed for. They were 33 at the convention, so that's not. No, that's a different Shin. Never mind. I don't know how much the cores were. But yeah, 300 seems a little much. I was thinking of the Frog Tree. The Frog Tree. Burning Godzillas and the Shin Godzilla that they released are going for like 600 plus, and it's just like, I wanted one. I'm gonna wait till Winter Wonderfest. It's a Shin mold that I'm just gonna not have until hopefully they release another one at Winter, and I'm able to buy one in February because I will be going to Winter Wonderfest, and I plan on bringing a absolute mog ton of money so I can mog Wonderfest's festival. That's going to be less busy. We're already in line once advance tickets go up. Me and my boys we're doubling down on getting advance tickets. I told them if they don't want to go super early, I'm going to go like 6 hours early. February, it's going to be cool. I can just put a long sleeve on, sweatpants. I was joking about maybe bringing like a small bag and bringing a tripod with me and just live streaming at the entrance for a few hours that day while I wait for the doors to open. It's going to be like a super weird time for the live stream, but if people would be in, wow, that's going to be during school time though, so that's going to kind of suck. It'll be a Saturday for you guys, or early Sunday morning for you guys, but it's going to be Sunday afternoon for us if it's on a Sunday. But if you guys would be interested in that, I can definitely do that because I'm willing to wait 6-7 hours ahead of time. There shall be no shins left unpurchased. Yes, and almost every single Sargerushi shin that was on Bai has been sold. I bought the first one. I caused an issue, and every single one that's gone up after that has sold besides the $700 one, which that person seems not interested in lowering it at all. It's not going to sell. And if there's anyone out there that wants one, I would not buy the $700 one. It is an amazing piece. Sargerushi and Yamada did wonderful on it. It's tinsel, or it's tinsel filled like the Aurora bull marks. It's clear, it's got pink, it's blue, it's yellow. It is beautiful. I've seen a few in-bag, in-hand photos from Bai listings. I think it's going to be my favorite Sofubi shin, and it might even be my favorite figure overall in my collection. Hi, Tater. Hi, Tater. Oh, you are grumpy because you're not getting cuddles, I know. He's so cute. We got Tater right next to us, everyone. The problem is beating the runners who rush there and buy everything at scene. By the time you get to a specific table, it's already sold out. So it's almost a lose-lose. Well, and it's even hard because you can get the advanced tickets, but they do anywhere from 1,000 to 2,500. That's already hard numbers to beat. And then I don't believe it's when you buy your ticket, it's whatever number they give you when you go to pick it up. I don't think it's so like when the tickets drop, the first person who buys it gets guaranteed slot 1 entry. It just kind of seems like a mess for summer. I know when the boys had no issues, they were late. They got in like an hour and a half later, and they were able to buy basically everything they wanted besides the Sun Guts GMK Baragon at Winter Wonderfest. So they're obviously very frustrated. Very, very cranky. What is your deal? Oh, why are you so grumpy, huh? Why are you so grumpy, bulldog? I am live streaming. Tater's throwing a little bit of a fit. He's an attention whore. Honestly, there's one auction I'm watching that is just a set of -1 dorsal plates. Oh, those are cool. That's pretty cool. I need to go around. There is a few anime kits that I am interested in buying. I saw one for bid that was out of my price range, so I want to see if I can't find one for buy it now, and hopefully it doesn't sell for a few weeks so I can buy it in a few weeks of my favorite anime character. So and a new outfit we just got in her game, or not in her game, but in the game that she's in. So but it's an unpainted kit too, so it's like even if I get it, it's going to be unpainted, which kind of blows. But I can practice some painting, start getting down, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, it's just kind of going with everything going on, seeing my boys frustrated, me being frustrated. Summer Wonderfest kind of seems like it was a disaster this year for everyone besides scalpers. And that's kind of sad because the Sargerushi shin that I bought this morning, last night, is the most expensive one out of all 8 that I've bought so far. And it just kind of sucks. It does suck that I had to spend so much on it, on something that I had already sent money to, my friend to buy. I just got paint. I have to start practicing. Nice. Yeah, I've got to start practicing as well. Especially when it comes to kits, like anime kits, like anime character kits. I feel like those are going to be a lot easier than trying to do Sofubi. So that's something I want to do. Something I definitely want to do. But so it was a disaster at the event. Things happened. I feel bad for anyone that went and kind of got screwed the pooch. I'm very frustrated for them. I'm frustrated because I had to spend exuberant amount of aftermarket prices to get the 2 Sargerushis I wanted, even though the 62 it wasn't bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't bad. It was under 3. Okay, it was under 3, which for all the listings I saw last night, it seems to be a lot of people seem to be sitting at 400. I don't know why. That's double and a half. It was 20,000 yen at the convention, and people want 50 to 60. And I think that's kind of, it's sad to see, because that hasn't happened before on most of these Wonderfests. Normally, there is a section of people in the community, in the Japanese collectors community, that go to Wonderfest, and they do buy just to list on Bai, but they don't charge 2 times the price. They're only charging a couple extra thousand yen. So I have no idea what happened this year. What I do know, it makes me a little worried going forward, because now I just kind of have a feeling that people are going to be buying these up for people who travel to Japan from out of country, and the people who wait there in line from Japan are just getting screwed. And it's not good for the community. So I'm hoping that this was a one and done fluke. Please let it be a one and done fluke, so we don't have to do this. No one, unless it's like very limited, should be spending 2 to 3 times. Like, how did they mess this up? I don't know. I really don't know. I guess the not special ticket people are taking extra advantage. I'm in Sargerushi, hell, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Big Cat. I saw you message me before stream. I was walking my dog, so I wasn't able to respond. I was able to get the Shin at a very uncomfortable price. Like, imagine it was a mistake. It kind of, I don't want to call it a mistake, but whoever planned this event and whoever was in charge of execution did not do a good job. They kind of failed. And I kind of hope they make a post about it. Because when you have a good number of people coming out saying that they got heat stroke at the convention, even though they brought their hats that have umbrellas to shade them, they brought their waters, or I forget what it's called. There's a specific energy water that's in Japan that you use to hydrate yourself. It's like a super. It's like drinking a Gatorade or a Powerade, but even better because it's just basically water. I guess the not special ticket people are taking advantage. Well, yeah. So like my friend said that the advance tickets went in. There was like 1,000 or 1,500 people. They went in, and then even though my guys were still at the front of the line for the normal tickets, they ended up getting pushed back, and then 1,000 people got ahead of them. Yes, there it is, Alex. Yeah, the sweat. Yeah. Imagine it, like someone do it on purpose and they got fired afterwards. I don't think anyone did it on purpose. I think the hype of Toho being there, Yamazaki being there, the president of Toho being there, the Toho table. I think they just improperly planned for the amount of people that would be going. Bakari sweat, yeah. Japanese seller just tried to charge me 600 for the Shin, yeah. I know there's a few forbid on there that are like, did I get it? I think I got that fly. Sweet. There's a few that are like right around 500, and I'll just say this: it's not going to get any lower than 400. Unless you got coupons. Like, how greedy are they? Well, enough to charge 2 or 3 on the aftermarket. But F that fly. Yeah, F that fly. That was huge fly. I don't know how it got in here. I'm pretty good at keeping doors closed, keeping windows closed, so nothing gets in the office. But oh well. I guess there's just some greedy aftermarket people there, Zaza. It's sad. It really is sad. Especially because it was such a big deal. And there was a lot of tables that did one purchase only. So you could only get one of each item once. You couldn't buy doubles. I know the only table that sounded like it had anything was the Toho table that had that rule enacted, and One Up was the other table either. Those are the only two tables, my friends are telling me. But T-Base out. Sarajushi out. Sun Guts had a few things left. They mainly had some of their shins left over. Which, to be fair, the Sun Guts shins that were released this year, the colors weren't crazy. I'm kind of surprised they went a little bit more docile with the releases. They had the black and purple Awakening, which the more I see it, I like it. It's like a jet black. It looks really cool. And then it's like a pink fleshy color, normal form, which I'm on the edge of buying because there's a few on Bai that are only like $110. I kind of would like it. Like if they charge like that, it feels unfair. I would charge $120 if it's a statue for $225. And then, but I don't sell stuff, so I don't know. Yeah. Well, with new stuff, you can't really cut it in half. You know, you can try to give deals, but it's easier to do that with older stuff, not newer stuff. You gotta, when you're selling stuff, you gotta try to at least make even, which is hard. It's hard. I have found that a few eBay sellers in Japan list Sarajushi pieces that they actually do not have in stock. Yes, so when they do that, they're actually watching a Bai listing. And what happens is you buy the eBay listing and then they go and buy the Bai listing. And that's why sometimes it takes a while and why it's so marked up. So you got to be careful of that because you're not guaranteed to get that piece. You could buy it and they can go to buy that listing on Merake or Yahoo Japan, and then it could sell. And then you're just kind of SOL'd. Because I know a few of them have tried to keep that money and try not to give you a refund. Feels like it could be, yeah. I probably shouldn't complain too much because I was a noob, undoubtedly, I was able to get the two things I wanted that I decided that I had to have. And I got the 62 for a good deal. Shin was not a good deal, but I was able to get a Shin. So I'm 9 for 9 on Shins right now. 9 for 9. It makes me worried here in the next 2 months or so. Hobby search online and Treasure Fest online. It makes me feel like those lotteries are going to get screwed, and it scares me. It does scare me. I do have a way now, though, to be able to get into those through a third party or a second party company. So I can enter those lotteries for those figures so I can actually have a chance to get them at retail before having to go to buy in the aftermarket. Because now I feel like people are going to be seeing that these shins sold for $400, $500, $600. And now all the Sarajushi shins are going to just be priced high right away. And it makes me uncomfortable because we were at a pretty good spot after last summer. You could get them for like the 250, the 250 range for a lot of them. If you were quick on the online lottery ones, you could get them for under 200. So like my blue one and my green one over here, I got them both for under 200 before shipping. Now after shipping, they were more because the shipping on these are absolutely doggo. It's a big figure, so shipping sucks. I do not look forward to my box state price. Worst case scenario, just prepare before people see it. Yeah, which is thankfully I was able to do this time, but not everyone can do that. And even if they do prepare, not everyone is willing to spend as much on some of these figures as other people are. I definitely put myself in a little bit of an uncomfortable situation until I sell a few things. With this Shin specifically. The 62 would have been fine, but the Shin has kind of got me in a bad spot. But at the same time, big Shin guy, big Saru guy. What am I going to do? Miss out? No. That's not how we roll here. For better or for worse. So, but it sucks. It sucks. It sucks that I had to spend a lot extra on it, and it sucks that my fellow collectors that weren't able to go, or even that were able to go, also have to spend more than what they should have because they maybe should have had a shot at these. Godzilla 1954 King of the Monsters Forever. How's it going, buddy? How's it going? So, I'm getting Godzilla 91 on Saturday. Nice, nice, nice. So I guess we're gonna pivot away from the convention stuff. We're 40 minutes in. I don't want to just sit here and kind of have a negative stream. Really sorry you got to go through this. I mean, it sucks, but it's kind of a first world problem. Let's be real. Once again, I didn't have to buy any of the aftermarket prices. I could have just said I'm just not getting this one, but I'm a Shin guy. My brain says I would like to have it. As a collector, I'd like to have it, so I got it. Just let my pre-order for my -1 UA Mega House. Yes. Let me pre-order. Yes, 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 Alex. That figure does look good. I'm really liking the looks of it. Like, isn't there a good website you could buy that actually have good? Because I forgot. And they said buy is basically it. I mean, for Japan retailers, like you can go directly to Hobby Link Japan, Merake, or yeah, Merake, I believe. Merake. But they also have deals through Bai, so you know you can kind of use there. You can watch Mandarake as well. I was told Mandarake ended up not getting any of the Sarjarushis, and it was mostly the Sun Guts were on there. I believe they got a few T bases, not at great prices, but they did get a few T bases. So. But it's mainly just Bai, and it's all completely up to the sellers who buy them and what they list them at. And that's just how it is. It's a sucky situation, but that's what happens with one-day license items. It's just how it goes, or basically low inventory stock. Because I don't have numbers for sure, and I don't think I'd be given numbers, but I don't think there was more than. I think now that we're kind of not quite 24 hours from, I think there was like 30 of each Sarajarushi. That's kind of what I'm feeling like, because it seems like there was anywhere from 10 to 15 sold of each colorway. So it kind of makes me think that there probably was anywhere between 20 and 30 of each one. Maybe a little bit more for the regular paints. Shin definitely feels like it was less. But let's pivot from those discussions, because once again, it's a first world problem. I didn't have to buy any aftermarket prices, and I still did. Due to my own ego and, or my own pride, I guess. I don't want to call it ego. Because I love the Saru Shins, and I love the mold. It's my favorite Safubi mold. And I love this tinsel Shin. We don't get tinsel Shins, so. Toho needs to allow one-day licensing for Japanese vendors. I mean, N1 just doesn't care, and they sell them. Yeah. Well, it's not that Toho doesn't allow one-day license. Or even weekend passes. I have just been told through the grapevine that it is so expensive that they would have to mark up their listings by a lot. Because I tried to reach out to Maro-san and be like, hey, we got the US Godzilla store. Did it make it easy? And I was told by a friend that kind of, knows a little bit, but it's not, isn't Maru-san, so he's not speaking for Maru-san. He's just kind of going off of some safe hypothesis. So this isn't factual, so don't spread this around. But I've been told that the Toho license to sell products in the U.S. is very exuberant. It's very expensive, to where a lot of these Fubi companies would have to raise their prices by like 100%. So basically double. And that's just not worth it for them. I think as consumers, for us, it's not worth it either. But it's good, like M1 doesn't care. They just sell whatever they want to sell, and that's how it goes. And Toho, as much as they kind of feel like they're gonna, slap you on the wrist with a wooden spoon, seem like they don't really care that M1 does that. It's a very weird situation. There's no way they don't know. There's no way they don't know that they're doing that at like G-Fest and Decon and the conventions they go to. Imagine if there was a website, and when they are about to sell the web, they tell you, are you sure you want to make make that price. Resellers have to think. It wouldn't matter because it's not corporations, capitalism. Capitalism doesn't put a limit on those things. It's free market, basically. Okay, it's worth it. Yeah, that is what I said for the Shin. I think I sat there for an hour waiting on that price to go down, and it didn't. Which now, after watching the whole night go by, there hasn't been any Shins lower. The only way to get a Shin lower than the one that I bought and the few that sold around mine is through coupons, which I had no active coupons to use, which is sad. Imagine Toho, forget one of the monsters got expired, and you go right to that monster, and now Toho, you have to pay me. Yeah, and they have done that. Well, they have to. Toho's very, very on top of their licensing. Toho is, I would say, one of the most brutal companies to deal figures through. I've heard that from English or global and Japanese sellers, that Toho is very, very brutal with their licensing. Even to do weird monsters like Gorosaurus, Kamacuras, it's expensive. Very, very expensive for no reason. I love Yuji. I just imagine Yuji literally throwing up double middle fingers at that Toho executives. He probably has. He probably has. It's pretty funny. I know it would not happen. What would you do if the right to him? If I had the right to them? I mean, I would love to I would love to move to Japan and start a Safubi company and, work out a deal with one of these grand Safubi sculptors. And if I could have any, license I want, I would just go ham wild. But the problem with that as well, even with Safubi, kind of like Bandai's, is you have to watch what scale you do. Because Bandai and Toho can just tell you no if it's the wrong scale. It's something I've thought about a lot. It's like if I could move to Japan, do this, get a warehouse, and start a new Safubi company, like what scale would it be? What would be my aim price? What would be my launch Godzilla, my launch Safubi product? Who would I want to collaborate with to make figures? And then the question is, how do I make them price effective for the aftermarket to where they're not too expensive, but also able to make money back to be able to increase runs or increase new molds to increase product for the customer and the consumer. You can work at Sargerushi. I mean, in this hypothetical, Yamada would probably be one of my first choices. No lie. I would love to work with him if he would be willing to do it. I would love to, because the Sargerushis at WONDERFEST for retail are pretty inexpensive. The 3 painted ones, don't quote me on these because the photos we have are blurry, but and I'm still kind of waiting on information from people who are there. Whether the items were sold out or not, the prices were still left out on the table. I was told that the painted 54, the painted 64, and the painted 94 were only 15,000 yen. The tinsel 62 was only 20,000 yen, and Shin was supposedly only 35, which I guessed 2 months ago that the Shin was probably going to be that price. And I got it right on the nose. I said 35 to 45 was my guess because it's a tinsel, and I got it right. But I would love to work with Sargerushi. Like you actually got the right to it, and you get to keep it because you're brand new. Short person sue Pepsi Cola because the brand that expired. It expired and you sneakily buy it, and now Toho have to pay you to get the right. And regrettably, it doesn't work like that. Because they have, not only do they have the rights to these, they also have the intellectual rights to these characters. So if I were to, sneakily buy a right to a character and then produce a figure, they could sue me, because not only do they own the rights to make this character, they also own the rights to what looks like that character. So it is a situation that could never happen, ever. And you definitely don't want to be sued by Toho, because Toho is so brutal. They are not one you want to get on the bad side with. I don't want to be as a content creator, because I would love to be on Toho's good side. So, I'd love to. A new Toho. No, 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 no. We need Toho. They are a pain in the butt with their licensings, but at the same time, you got to remember this is the longest running movie franchise in history. Godzilla holds it. And you know it. They do that too, so they can kind of control what's coming out of the brand as well. If if they they want to make sure their property's handled well, and Toho is very kind of a pain in the butt. I you know, but I would still like to be on their good side. I want to be on their good side. If they have bad sides on me, they will regret. Let's not make threats to a company that has a lot of power. It's not smart to do that, and it's not good to make threats like that, even if as jokes. It's not good. Not good at all. At the end of the day, they're protecting what is legally and rightfully theirs, and they're just very serious about it. Which I get it. As a businessman, I get it. Sucks as a guy that wants to get into that type of business someday, but at the same time I respect it, and I would rather work with them and collaborate with them than not. Can't imagine being Legendary and working with them on the movies and how strict they must be. Now that's a weird situation, Alex, because Toho's pretty lax on Legendary now because they make them money, so Legendary actually doesn't struggle at all. And as it turns out, as kind of a lot of us know with Monster Arts Legendary products kind of are not great. There's a reason, because Legendary doesn't let them make good product. You heard that right. It is not Monster Arts being shitty. It is Legendary not giving them the rights to produce the CGI. We've found that out from someone who works very close in the business. Blame Legendary for our shitty Monster Arts. Can't make a new 2019 mold? That's on Legendary. They literally cannot listen to their customers because they're not allowed to. Evolved is the only one, for some reason, that they let them do, mainly because it's a Godzilla. Legendary didn't get a choice. Kong, they weren't allowed to do a new one because of Legendary. Skarking and Shimo were based off of early concept art. Weren't allowed to do the CGI renders. Suko and Mothra, especially Suko, who got announced this past week at SDCC right before, Monster Arts was sabotaged. I'm a stand for Monster Arts, but that is actually how they do. That is how they do. Then why not give them and give it to Aya? I don't know. That's the question. Why did Legendary give it to Haya and not Monster Arts? To Bandai, the literal largest toy company in the world? I don't know. I'm glad Haya is able to do it, but then we were also hinted to. I don't know where this was confirmed or was said, so I don't know if this confirmed. Legendary gave the CGI renders to Shimo to Haya, so they got to work with the final render, but they were told they could not make it in scale. But yet Monster Arts was able to make it in scale, but not the final CGI render. Something weird is going on there. So I mean, you can still kind of blame Shima a little bit, because honestly they should be able to pay any price that they want because it's Bandai. But to me, it feels like something's going on there a little bit. I feel like there's some Monster Arts haters at Legendary, personally, a little bit. But then that doesn't excuse their regular Toho products as well. So, but that's some of the reason why the Legendary stuff is especially shite. Hi, Donovan. How's it going, man? How's it going? Hopefully you're doing good. So, but yeah. So that's kind of what's going on convention-wise. I was able to get everything I wanted from, well, almost everything I wanted from SDCC, and I was able to get everything I wanted from WONDERFEST. So, reviews will go up as soon as we get the products. I don't know when this when I don't know when the Sarjarushis are going to be here, and the extra thing that's in that box that I haven't talked about at all. Um, um, Probably going to be a little bit because the box is going to be expensive. Sarjarushis are a guaranteed $80 ship. They're huge. They have to use a really weird box size. It's just guaranteed $80 to ship it with protective. And now I have to put in another Sarjarushi and something else, which is a larger scale Safubi that's wide. So I feel like Shimohaya looks good, and the specs on the backs and the arms are great, but not bulky enough. Yeah, it looks good, but feels skimmy in the image. Could have combined them if I had the money. Yeah, yeah. If the two molds were combined together, it'd be perfect. The fact that Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is crazy. Yeah, dude, I'm not really big on Marvel. I went and saw, no spoilers, by the way, before I even mentioned that I saw this. No spoilers at all. We're not going to talk about the movie here on the channel. I want people to have their time with it. Maybe we'll talk about Deadpool and Wolverine next week or in a few weeks. But I went and saw it opening day. Movie was fantastic. Fantastic. Deadpool and Wolverine was crazy. Crazy good. The plot isn't crazy, but just Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman being themselves and the others cast as well. Very, very strong movie. If you guys were losing hope in the MCU, go see Deadpool versus Wolverine, or Deadpool and Wolverine. Your faith will be restored. And then after the San Diego Comic-Con news last night, where Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to be Doom in the two new Avengers films that are also being written by the same guy that wrote Infinity War and Endgame, and being directed by the Russo brothers because they have to come in and save their franchise. I loved Deadpool. Nice. Yeah. No, the movie was so good. Yeah, I saw that Michael Bay is supposedly thinking about directing a Skibidi Toilet movie, which I don't know why, but he does what he wants to do. I'm interested to see how he puts explosions into that. The fact that, excuse me, Adion. The fact that I can't wait for Mirai Goji figure by Haya Toys and can't wait for you to review it once you get the figure. Okay. I guess I'll say this. I'm not going to say I'm not going to buy the Mirai Goji. My plan right now is to not buy it, though. I am not in good standing with Haya, and I don't want to buy any of their products. But that initial prototype for the Mirai Goji, being suit accurate, which is something Monster Arts has not done yet, is a temptation. I am tempted once we get final photos for it. Same thing with the GMK. I do like the prototype, and they actually have the articulation on that prototype, where the Mirai Goji, just me not liking how their product feels. I get they're $60. I get they're cheaper than Monster Arts, but they feel like a $20 figure, and I'm not a fan of that. And then my 2024 Godzilla is garbage. So I'm actually going to be selling it today or tomorrow, seeing if anyone wants to buy it for like $60. I don't know, $60. $60 plus shipping. I don't want to see it anymore. And then seeing more photos of the evolved Godzilla, I don't like their evolved Godzilla. It looks weird, and not in a good way. The Monster Arts one took a step back as well, a little bit. The prototype shown at SDCC was definitely not one of the better ones, so hopefully they don't look like that. 2000 is your favorite design, must have one. I would say anyone without a bias that just wants to collect figures, if you're not buying that Mirai 2000, that's a crazy choice. I do think the prototype is very, very, very promising. Hey, don't judge a book by its cover. People have been acting like the end of the world, but I'll tell you, Michael Bay will have work with the YouTube creator that it's just, I don't care for Skibidi Toilet just in general. Not a trend I'm really crazy on in the whole. I might make brain rot jokes, but it's not my most favoriteest thing, and that's just me getting older. I'm finally getting around about to the point where it's like these damn kids and their weird things. Like, you know, I get that way with modern FNAF fans sometimes a little bit, because it's like, I remember when the first two games came out and it was a legitimate like scary thing. It was kind of culty, but it was still like horror based, and now it's not really that, and that's fine. You know, fandoms grow and they change, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong if you like modern FNAF. Um, but it's just not for me, you know. You know. What the hell is skibbity poopy? Whatever you said, that shows my age. It's a trend. It's a meme. Um, I never even watched it when it came out initially. It's just I don't get it. I don't get it. Just not my thing. Hate it. They want to hack and false copyright strike people work, and that's illegal. What's happening with X Plus now? I haven't heard anything. X Plus has been, oh god, how did we talk about Summer Wonderfest and not talk about the X Plus and Easy Hobby reveals? Let's pivot into that. X Plus killed it this year. I wish I would have put the photos on my iPad so I could show. X Plus killed it with their display. They had a little bit less than what I thought they would, and a few things that I didn't surmise that they would do. So one of the big things that you can order right now that they revealed is that the original Defo set of Shin Godzilla is getting an ortho colorway in a special box set with the second, third, and fourth form. It is on sale right now at the Rick site. It is $170, which I think is a little expensive. I think that's a little much for all three, but we'll see. If it doesn't sell out and it's a little bit closer to the end of the pre-order date, I'll probably end up buying it. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm liking what they did with them. X Plus is meh for me. I'm not impressed. Oh man, I love X Plus. They sold my first gigantic, sold me on them, and now it's really hard not to buy every gigantic and 30 centimeter that came by. The only thing with X Plus this year is they didn't actually show off a lot of 30 centimeters for the Godzilla line, at least. In fact, they were very quiet. We did get confirmation that the new Empire releases, the new Empire releases are 25 centimeters, so that saves me some money, thankfully. Only Mothra looks good for me, and the others, well, they're depending on which Mothra it was. The 92 was spectacular. You're saying you're not crazy about the -1? Honestly, this is going to be a figure of the year contender. This thing is perfect. This 93, as much as I don't like the suit, this is going to be a figure of the year for X Pluses. This figure is insanely good. Insanely good. Space Godzilla looks amazing. Not suit accurate. Yeah. That's because it's an Easy Hobby mold, and he throws his own ferocious spin on it. And I'm right there with you. I have to have the Space Godzilla. I have to get the Odo Island Godzilla. I have to get the O2 Godzilla that they revealed again after a year and a half of being. It was hidden because they were resculpting it, and I think the new changes to the sculpts are immaculate. I think O2 looks perfect. A little bit of stylization, a little bit of suit accuracy, and I will be buying it. I just watched the Skibbity thing and I have no words. Yeah, yeah. It's different, you know. It's what the kids like. If that's what the kids like, that's what the kids like, you know. We've all been there. -1, more like -100 for me. Oh, hey, that's your opinion. Nothing's wrong with that. You don't have to like it. For me, I liked it. Easy Hobby finally showed off their Omega Beast scale -1. And we were told that that's supposed to be an X Plus collaboration figure. Hopefully they wait a little bit on that because I need to have it. That's not a want, that is a need. I need a gigantic scale -1. So the X Plus -1 is not for me. I just wish it was actually accurate to what we see in the film. In hand, and after seeing the movie, I've seen the movie probably 60, 70 times now. I watch it quite a bit. It's not as inaccurate, I think, as people think it is. They're definitely, the head, there's definitely some things wrong. The eyes are a little wrong. The dorsal plates aren't as small as I thought they were comparatively, but they are still on the small side. If you can make one figure of monsters to start with, and you as well. Godzilla over Skibbity Toilet, because Godzilla's much bigger in canon and has better merch. Yeah. If I can make a figure, well, so like if I were able to start a Safubi company, my first release, if I could, would be Shin. because I'm one of the Shin guys. You know that 40% of my collection is literally Shin Godzilla. So my first choice would be a Shin. So working with Yamato wouldn't really work in that situation because he already has a Shin with Sarajirushi, so I'd have to find someone new. I'm not much of a designer, so it's, you know, not, that part isn't for me. That's not where my talents lie. It would be something I'd consider, but I'm not much of a designer and an artist. Ooh. Excuse me. The 3 hours of sleep I got today are really hitting me. I would like to see Odo Island come to real life in Safubi or X Plus. Well, X Plus is doing the X Plus 30 centimeter skibidi toilet one. Oh, God, please don't. Oh, X Plus revealed. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's not a Toho Maniacs, but it didn't. I couldn't tell from what it was on the sign. They're releasing a more. It's not completely 1-for-1 scale, but we are getting the King Caesar statue. I'm very, very hyped for that. I'm very interested to see what it is, which line it is, and a price point, because I would love to have it. Odo Island, yeah, that would be great. I mean, we're getting the Easy Hobby collab Omega Beast one, so if that's going to pique your interest, that piques my interest. Have you seen? Yeah, yeah. I've seen a few of those videos, yeah. So, yeah, X Plus, I personally, they killed it for me. They killed it this year for me. They teased the new Empire Evolved Godzilla, excuse me, and it's in a different pose. Very excited. Oh, Real Masters Collection. Interesting. Ah, it's gonna be resin though. Blah. I don't like resin. I really don't. I really, really, really don't. But at the same time, that means it's gonna have some weight and it's gonna look very, very, very realistic. So I'll take it. Yeah. Yeah, gigantics are huge. I mean, even the 30 centimeters take up a lot of space. -1, this X Plus 30 centimeter -1 takes up so much damn space. It's almost frustrating, but it's amazing. So, speaking of X Plus, I got charged for my favorite sculptures line, Baragon, and shipping isn't very expensive. But because of WonderFest doing to me what it did, I'm not able to ship it yet. It's going to be a week or two. As soon as I'm able to get it in, you guys will see the unboxing video, and we'll get the review out as soon as I can. I'm hoping to get everything shipped out that I need to get shipped out within the week. Ooh, excuse me, the week, but we're gonna see. No promises there. No promises. So, and then I guess we can go into next week's plans. I know I made a post about it, but just to reiterate for you guys live, tomorrow we're doing a Shin Godzilla stream, and as of right now, FedEx is being on time with their delivery. We will be getting something Shin related tomorrow, and that's how this live stream is going to start off. We're going to start off with an unboxing, and then we're just going to have a long Shin Godzilla discussion stream. Nothing else. Tomorrow is for Shin and Shin only. Okay? Okay. Unless some crazy breaking news happens live, we will be only talking about Shin Godzilla tomorrow. So, get your Shin Godzilla's hat. Get your Shin Godzilla hats on, because there's going to be a lot of Shin Godzilla wanking tomorrow, as we do every year. Could they just stop making Godzilla for once and do it a monster in a year? I mean, they don't make Godzilla every year, so there's only a Godzilla movie once every 6 to 8 years right now. I mean, we've heard rumors of them considering doing a Mothra movie or a Rodan movie, but they aren't as popular as Godzilla. It's looking at it business-wise, it's not smart to do those, movies if they're not going to make as much as Godzilla. They can just keep resetting the timeline and the continuity, and the movies make billions and billions of yen. Shin Ultraman, yeah. But Shin Ultraman is Tsuburaya and not Toho, so you know, I hope they make a sequel to Shin Ultraman. I would love a sequel, but I just so Shin, yeah, but it's not a Shin Ultraman's anniversary. Tomorrow is Shin Guzzle's anniversary, so it will only be Shin Godzilla. It'll only be Shin Godzilla tomorrow. Godzilla 2016. Did you just lick my tripe? Weird dog. You are a weird boy. It's Shin Godzilla's 8th anniversary, so that's why it's a Shin Godzilla stream. I do want Mothra, but it won't happen. I don't know if I would say never, but because they can just throw Ghidorah as the main villain, and the movie should do fine as long as it's written fine. You know, that's the problem with the Heisei trilogy, is plagued with budget constraints. Oh goodness. Excuse me. It's plagued with business writing constraints and budget constraints. So it's a little messy, but you never say never. King Ghidorah is more like a sandbag. Yeah. It's the most popular Godzilla villain besides Mechagodzilla, but you're not going to put Mechagodzilla in a Mothra movie. So, you know, it is how it is. I would be down for a modern Mothra movie, make Mothra a little bit more tough, a little bit more brutal. Especially if you're going to pit her against King Ghidorah. Or a Ghidorah of sorts, I should say. But you never know. Maybe Anno will do a Shin Mothra. Those Rebirth movie are guilty pleasures. I love the third one. The second one and the first one are a little rough for me personally. The first one's not as bad. The second one, DeCarlo's movie, is just, oh my god. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm yawning so much. The second one, not for me. DeCarlo's really cool. Mothra's really cool. It's got really good concepts, but just not executed the best, in my opinion. But that's okay. That's okay. The third one's weird. Concepts are really good. Mothra Rebirth, the femboy. Well, all the Mothras are still females. Even Leo is a lady. So, but yeah, kind of. I mean, look too feminine. Well, Leo is a female. They're all ladies. There is no male Mothras. I thought Leo was a male for a long time, but nope, all ladies. All ladies. You know, which works for the character. I mean, you know, even if Leo is a male, I don't mind it. I love the Leo design, and I love all the Leo form designs. I like the blue. I really like the blue rainbows. Was a male, why didn't? Because a lot of people for years said he, because it's Mothra Leo, so people just assumed it was a he. But everything that I've done for research and interviews, Mothra is a lady in the movies, so it's just a misconception just because of the name. People just assuming Leo is a male gendered name when it's most of the names can just be put in front of anyone. They can be whatever they want. So, but yeah, thought Leo was a male. Yeah, so did I. But X plus Leo or Eternal Mothra when? Stop. That would be wonderful. Or Armor or Aqua. That was a woman meme in shirt. Oh, yeah. I would buy that as long as they're 30 cent. Well, Mothra 30 centimeter figures are huge. Ton of shelf space. So that would scare me, Alex. That would scare me. Ooh, excuse me. Another yawn. Gosh, damn it. I'm so tired, guys. Need Eternal Mothra, yeah. Bandai needs to get on and finish the Mothra releases. We got Degarla. And then we were told Bandai Premium was supposed to do a Mothra set right afterwards. That was going to be Leo, Rainbow, and Aqua, the first two movies, I believe. And then it never happened. I don't know why, because DeGarla sold out everywhere, and DeGarla's even hard to find in Japan. So, and DeGarla's huge. That DeGarla Bandai Premium figure is basically a 30 centimeter. It is massive. Parts of me wish I was still collecting Bandais because I would love to have that figure. But what about the Zilla Bandai? It's a little plain, but I think overall, I think it's mostly a hit. It's mostly a hit. I think the arms and legs aren't as detailed as they should be, and it definitely needs a coat of paint on it. But that's also kind of how it looked in the movie, because the CGI render is from the Trend Masters figure, so it's kind of supposed to look a little bit like shit. So, but it's cool. I'm not a Bandai guy anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. But I'm glad people are able to now get it. I'm glad to see Lewis is like super hyped about it. So Lewis Duran, so good for him. Heart is very small. Yeah, it's tiny. But I mean, in Final Wars, that Zilla was barely half of 04's height. So it works. It works. You know, it was barely longer than, or make it a junior special color Bandai. I don't know if they will. I don't know if they will, because then they have to change it. If they want to do Zilla Jr. from the animated, or Godzilla Jr. from the animated series, or 98, then they have to change it to Godzilla. Because legally, those are Godzilla. Final Wars is very specifically Zilla. That is a completely different character, a mostly different character based off the same one. But 98 is Godzilla. Same thing with the animated series, licensing wise. But I mean, Toho can do whatever they want to. Toho does what Toho does. Yeah, their license is Godzilla. So, but then Zilla in Final Wars is very specifically Zilla. So, which is kind of weird. I believe Spiral, theirs was Zilla 98, I think, is their official naming on it. So, I mean, it kind of flip-flops. But as far as I understand how licensings work, 98 is technically supposed to be Godzilla. And the animated series technically is also supposed to be Godzilla. And then if it's out of Final Wars, it's supposed to only be Zilla. But Zilla over Amanda. Yeah. Amanda's been kind of mishandled besides Atragon. So, that movie's good. If you guys haven't seen Atragon, I'd check it out. It's pretty good. It's definitely different. That's for sure. It is a very different film. Very different. Same thing with Latitude Zero. Crazy different film. Didn't even notice it was Final Wars 1 until now. Don't personally care much about Zilla aside from Junior. Yeah. The animated Godzilla Junior is awesome. Great series. Made up for a terrible movie, but sadly the movie did so bad that the show did not do great. So different. I give it a 2 out of 10. That's cool. I personally don't try to rate things unless I have it in hand. Like, I don't have to like it from photos, but I guess I don't give ratings even if I do like it. I really just don't like rating things anymore because everything's so opinionated. I could think a figure looks like garbage, and it could be someone's figure of the year. Yeah. Excuse me. So it's all different. Final Wars Godzilla more like plot armor to the fullest. I don't know. Final Wars is just built to be strong. Built to be one of the strongest Final Wars, or one of the strongest Godzillas ever. Just like that film fell asleep and was yeah, it is a little bit of a slog, but I don't mind it. I've only seen it twice, so but I liked it. I personally did like it, but I'm also easy to please too. So he's too skinny, need more fat. Well, that was just so the suit actor could move and actually make a actually move. That was his choice. That was him asking to be able to move in the suit. So yeah, Final Wars is literally just built different. There is no Godzilla that's built like Final Wars. I wish and pray for a gigantic series Pepsi Man. That would be cool. They could just do what they're doing with the Ultramen, which is kind of disappointing that all their gigantic series Ultramen are just static poses. But I get shelf wise having a bunch of those lined up are going to look really, really, really good. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. Oh, sorry guys. Christ. Final Wars is supposed to be like Showa, I think. Yeah, a little bit, where it's just like a powerhouse. And Showa Godzilla is undoubtedly a super powerhouse because Toho said that he trains in between films. So he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger. Hey, Matango Mango, how's it going, man? How you doing, buddy? I'm working right now, but wanted to stop in and say hi. Thank you. Another director said everything after Showa sucks. Oops. Oopsie. That opinion. You know, my friend Matt also isn't a crazy fan of Heisei. He appreciates the films, but not his favorites. I love Millennium. I think the Millennium films are great. I think Megaguirus is an underrated film. Personally, and GMK's amazing. 2000's amazing. 2000 was my first Japanese Godzilla movie, so I'm a little biased with that one. But yeah, thanks, man, for stopping in and saying hi. I appreciate it. Hopefully, work's going good for you. I passed right out a little bit after you left the Discord call today. I'm so tired. I only got like 4 hours of sleep. So, but the bulldog said you wanted to sleep. Hey, come here. Come here. Get off your butt. Come here. Say hi to the camera. Come here. The tater, the Bullzilla. He doesn't want to get up. He's being lazy right now. There was the Bullzilla for everyone. He's the real kaiju. He's the real kaiju. Actually, how about I do this? We're going to lower the camera a little bit. Just so. Didn't know you had a dog? Yeah, I have a bulldog. Here he is. Here he is. The bulldog. What a good boy. And he loves Godzilla and anime. He loves Godzilla anime. He specifically really loves My Dress Up Darling. I think he likes it more than I do. Oh, excuse me. Heisei is my least favorite era, but still 8 over 10 overall. Everything else is just higher. Yeah. For when we're just counting eras, Showa is probably my favorite. What a cutie. Yeah, I know. He's so freaking handsome. Showa is probably my favorite, but I love all of them. I'm a very easy to please fan. All right, we're gonna bring this up. You're trying to fucking eat my camera right now, you dingleberg. You better take care of him. Yeah, I take care of my dog. Me and my partner love him. He's already on vitamins for his joints, so when he gets older, he shouldn't be as sore. He gets plenty of food. He gets walks. Yeah. No, I've owned dogs for years. Mom used to own a pet store, so I know what I'm doing. We recently got him a new water bottle that we can take with us on walks. That's going to be easier for him to drink out of, so we can actually do longer walks with him now, as long as he wants to do them, so he doesn't overheat. Because bulldogs are very notorious for overheating. And live life to the fullest. Yeah, no, he does. For him, living life to the fullest is sleeping 14, 15 hours a day. Sleeps with mom until dad gets home from work, and then he sleeps with dad half the day. And then he gets up, and then he does what he wants. I don't know what he does when I'm sleeping, but probably plays with his toys. And that's his life. That's what he enjoys. Like right now, he's grumpy that he only got like 3 hours of cuddles today. So he's throwing a fit. And he's also mad mom's not home. Aren't you? Your mad mom's not home yet. Big boy. Yeah. He's our Bullzilla. He's got the temperament of a Godzilla. He's basically the legendary Godzilla. Very easily cranky. Oh, yeah, she'll go kill your hamburger. Go kill your hamburger. All right, we can play a little bit. You big old boy. This is one of his favorite toys because mom and dad love hamburgers, so we got him a hamburger. Makes him feel included. He's also got healthy burger treats. Oh yes, he just wants to play. He just wants to play. Everyone. He's just see, cranky bulldog. Nickelback. Oh, shakes his head just like Godzilla. Need water to drink, man. Yeah, I do need water. I haven't drank anything since I woken up. I'm exhausted. I was gonna drink a little bit of alcohol, but I have to go to Walmart to get a few things here after stream, so can't drink before driving. That is not very responsible, and it's very dangerous. So, not a good thing to do. You get some then. I don't really have a glass right now, so I'll do it after stream. Which I kind of feel like we're getting kind of close to a good wrap up point. I'm kind of out of things to say about the convention experience. Whoa, big tough boy. Big tough boy. I said I was going to Walmart. He didn't like that idea. So then he has to go in the kennel for a little bit. Oh, you're tough. Yes, you're a big guy. Yeah, you're a big tough boy. God, you are cute. You are so cute, even when you're acting cranky. That sounds like a lawnmower or a chainsaw when he starts getting going. That's just your play noise. You're chewing on Dad's blanket. There you go. Be careful. Don't want to hurt your tooth. Ruh-roh. Yeah. He's just playing with his burger at my feet. He's mad he's not getting attention. He's an attention whore. Go get it. Go get the burger. There you go. What about a Gamera movie if you can direct? I don't know. I'm not really a writer. Though for a Gamera movie, I would love a Shin Gamera from Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi. I would love to see how they would take. Wow, buddy boy. He is showing off. Yeah. Yeah, I know, right? He's being tough right now. Such a cutie. But I would love to see a Shin Gamera, but I think Anno's been asked about it, and I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think so, which is sad because I would love to see. No, there is no Shin Gamera. I'm saying if since I can't direct and write because it's just not, and while I can kind of direct, I mean I direct the reviews, but I'm not like a movie director. And I'm not really great on ideas. I would love Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi to write a Gamera film, a revival live-action Gamera film, and that would be Shin Gamera, because everything Hideaki Anno does is Shin. Even Evangelion movies are Shin Evangelion. So, oh my goodness. I mean CCP Gamera. I'm going to get that middle-sized one once that finally releases. The Gamera 3 and the Gauss. And I believe there was an Iris leak as well. I would love to have those. I saw a WonderFest CCP showed off a few new colorways. I don't think they were for sale. There's like this, I think it's like gray and black and like blood red GMK that's going to be coming out soon that I am over the moon about. I think it's gorgeous. And they showed off a few... Nope, Tater, that's a cord. Be careful, buddy. Don't want you to get shocked. A few different Kiryus. So the Kiryu mold is going to be out very, very, very soon. And I'm very, very excited for that. I love these CCP figures, the middle-sized CCPs, and I am very happy. Low-key, I like CCP Gamer for odd reasons. I feel like it's upscale. Oh yeah. They're normal-sized ones. Yeah. That's good. It's good. They make good stuff. I'm very excited to continue growing my middle-sized collection because they're a wonderful price point, and they're Safubi. They're done great for 30, 40 bucks. They're killer. I'd rather buy those than any Bandai. for me at least. They hit all the right boxes. So I think that's about it. I don't really have a lot left. Like half asleep now at this point. Bulldog is ready for some attention, some playtime. Sorry, I meant CCP AMC. Oh, yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. I knew what you were talking about. I knew what you were talking about. So, I think that's gonna be it, guys. I think we're gonna end it here. It's 6 o'clock. Partner's gonna be home soon. Gotta make a Walmart run. Gotta play with this bulldog down here. Feisty butt. But yeah. Get some sleep. Yeah, I'll be sleeping probably a little bit early, like 3 or 4 in the morning today. I'll be up for quite a while. I got to work on the 64. Be on the lookout tonight at 6 o'clock. I would guess it'd probably go out about 9, 10 o'clock. Be on the lookout for the Brain Dead Sarge Arushi Godzilla 1964 review. It is coming out tonight. Be there. Trust me, I'm going to get some of the best angles I can for this figure. I already have the glow-in-the-dark parts filmed. So, and I've got some ideas on how to extend the reviews a little bit, do some extra stuff. So be on the lookout for that tonight. Then tomorrow, before the Shin live stream, there will be a Marusan Second Form Shin review. That's going to go live early tomorrow. And then the Shin stream tomorrow with the unboxing. I'm going to guess he spent $600 on the Saru Shin. I did not spend $600. I got one of the lower ones. I saw that one listing that was floating on by for a few hours before it sold. Yeah, no, I did not spend $600. I spent less than that, but I did spend a pretty penny. I spent more than I maybe should have, but that was the market. That was the market price for them, so I didn't get a choice. Thanks for the stream. Do your things and get some sleep. Bye. Thank you everyone. Ultimate Rodan Collector, thanks for joining in, but regrettably I'm just about to sign out. But we will be live tomorrow for Shin Day. We have a very special Marusan unboxing, Winky Face, tomorrow, and then we're going to be spending a few hours just talking about Shin Godzilla. So if you're free tomorrow, I will be live tomorrow. We won't really be talking about anything outside of Shin Godzilla because it's Shin's anniversary, but we'll be live tomorrow. This beauty reviews will be live here in a few hours on the channel, probably 3-4 hours. So excited to continue filming this. This thing is gorgeous. No amount of words can put how beautiful this thing is. And then, yeah. So I will see everyone tomorrow. I'll technically see you tonight, but not live. And then I'll see you guys tomorrow live for Shin. I don't know what time it'll be, so watch out. I will do it a few hours early. I'll do a premiere time for it, so you guys will get a heads up. I would guess it's probably going to be about the same time, about 4, 5, 6 Central Standard Time. We'll see. So, thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it. Ultimate Rodan Collector, True Sharks Post Vaughn Jr. I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Oizaza. That's a guess. I don't think that's right though on pronunciation. Alex, thank you. Matango Mango, thank you. Who else we got in here? I know we have a few more people in here. We had who else was here? I want to make sure I thank everyone who takes time and comment. Well, oh my goodness, we had Nilo. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you. There's more in here. I know I've got a few more in here. Come on. Donovan and the Monkey. Thanks for stopping in. Thank you, buddy. There's 2 other people. I know there's 2 other. Big Cat. Thank you. Where's everyone else? Godzilla 1954. KDOM forever. Thank you for stopping in. And there's a few more at the top. We had oh, that is it. Sweet. That's cool. And then thanks everyone else for watching. Don't have to comment. I appreciate you guys watching. Even if you're not discussing, I really do appreciate you guys supporting the channel. I guess as a quick reminder, the 1,000 subscriber celebration live stream is next month. I don't have a date yet, and the polls will be going up as well. So start voting on what I'm going to do for that stream. That is going to be a very long stream if I can help it. We're talking 4 or 5 hours. So be on the lookout. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate the support. Y'all are wonderful. I hope y'all have a wonderful time. Hopefully you guys didn't get as bonked by the aftermarket prices for Wonderfest items, or were able to get the Mondo exclusives if you want for them for San Diego Comic-Con. Hopefully everyone's having a wonderful day, had a wonderful week. Let's start off next week, right? Shin Godzilla 8th anniversary stream coming at you live tomorrow. Bye, guys. Peace. Rock on. Stay safe. Remember to go to Collect All Monster Collectors on Facebook. That's right. I remembered the outro this time. Remember to go to there, join the discussion. I'm getting more active in that group again. Finally getting back to being able to balance my content. And we will be live. Well, not live there, but we will be active there more often than not. Trying to post at least 3 or 4 times a week there. So, bye everyone, and I will see you all later.